Hello there, Gemini. How are you all doing today? Are you doing good? Are you doing good? I appreciate y'all's patience. I don't do very much work on the weekends because now I got the kiddos and all that good stuff. So it's mainly most of my work, especially on my main channel here, is done Monday through Friday now. Anyway, though, you all were selected to be the next sign by my lovely sign selector. Okay, stay tuned to the end of the video. At the end of each video from this point forward, I will always roll this little dude at the end of the video to see which sign is coming next. Okay, so anywho, information on scheduling personal readings, including pricing, how to get a hold of me, and all that good jazz is in the description of the video, along with every other video that I put up. Okay, so when I do bonus readings, my goal specifically is to cover details that I left out in the main monthly reading. If I left any out, I don't even know. I don't know if I did or not. That's just the reason that I do it. But no, it does not always happen that way. Sometimes it tells a completely different story. Sometimes it repeats the same damn story. You never really know exactly what's going to come out. But I think they're fun, and people tend to dig them. So let's hop right into it. What else can we tell my Geminis for the month of February 2020 universe? And yes, my incense is just being very loud and ornery. I might have to put it out. It's all up in my face. Anyway, Gemini. February 2020. I want to get y'all a jumper. Damn, there y'all are. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Thank you. I'm trying to get you a jumper here. I prefer getting a card to jump out to start a reading. I don't always get that lucky, but it gives me a very good point. There we go. Boom, the 5 of Wands in the reverse. That's good. Okay, could be several different things here. But to be 100% honest with you, the very first thing that popped to my head when this card showed its face is somebody wanting to put an end to some conflict, okay? Could be some reconciliation type of energy here. But when we say reconcile, that doesn't always, and we always immediately, and I get it, I do the same thing. We always immediately want to jump straight to getting back together with somebody when you hear that word reconcile. It can, but when I say reconcile, I just mean mainly put an end to the negative vibrations being shared between you and another person. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta put this fucking incense out. This shit is driving me nuts. It's all up in my face. So if you have some sort of negative experience with a person and it just ends abruptly very negatively, and you go this way and they go this way, you both kind of tend to hold on to that negative vibration, you know? And even some of the most spiritually enlightened people on the planet still have to take that negative vibration and set it aside and figure out how to deal with it later, you know? But what I'm talking about is any way, shape, form, or fashion to reach out and say, hey, I'm not really like trying to get back with you or anything or necessarily have you be a part of my life, but just mainly to free me up vibrationally. I'd like to let you know that I want to bury the hatchet. Like, I hold no ill will. I'm not holding a grudge anymore. I'm not pissed off. I forgive you for what you did to me, and I apologize for the things that I did to you. I apologize for my part, and I forgive you for your part. Can we call it good? And at that point, that's really all you can do. A lot of people hold expectations when they do that and expect it to go one way or the other, but really you have to do that without holding expectations. They may say, oh, yes, absolutely, I felt the same way, which, good, that's a bonus. But even if they tell you to go around the corner and fuck yourself, it doesn't really matter. That's all on them at that point. Anyway, that was kind of long-winded for one card. I don't normally do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get 5 shuffles for the rest of the spread here. Here's 1. Here's 2. 3. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune showed its face. 2 more shuffles. That's used to be one of my biggest pet peeves. is when tarot card readers will pull out one card and like talk for 10 minutes about one card. I used to hate it when readers would do that, and there I just found myself doing it. Oh, you gotta love it when that happens. Gotta love it when that happens. Ooh, 4 of Wands upright. So sweet. Some of y'all could be dealing with a Saggy. But for the most part, I think that you could be dealing with a Pisces as well. I think that you have found a sense of balance and a sense of peace with the situation here. Okay, you do still hold a lot of emotion for this individual or this situation. But you're not really showing it. I don't really think you're opening up, and really expressing a whole lot of exactly about how you feel. I don't really think you trust them that much. But you're coming to terms with it. Queen of Wands and the Temperance. See what I'm saying? The Moon and the Queen of Cups. It's like, yeah, I do still have feelings. I do still, look back on our situation and think very fondly of it. And it's just like coming to terms with it. And that's really what life's all about, y'all. You know what I mean? Bree, thank you so much for that super chat. And that's what it looks like here. That's what I'm seeing here. The Magician card and the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords, I'm seeing that as a positive thing here. It doesn't look too negative. Not really, because the rest of this looks so positive on your side. We're going to get to the person you're dealing with here in just a second. But here on your side, it looks very, very positive, okay? The 8 of Wands right here. Some of y'all could be at a distance from this person. But either way, even if they live right next door to you, the emotional wall that's kind of between the two of you, or the psychological wall, it's just there's this wall, even whether it's physical or not, because we all know, well, we all should know, or at least we hear that space and time don't really exist, so take it how it resonates. Either way, though, man, it looks very, very positive on your side, though. On their side, though, it doesn't look like they're reacting too positively to this. Not really. Not really. I do see them really wanting to get over this. It could have been a third-party situation that you or them, somebody here could have been dealing with a third-party situation. Doesn't have to be, though. So unless you have direct evidence of that, don't jump straight to that. But the 5 of Pentacles, the World in the reverse, and the 10 of Swords. That doesn't really look too positive to me. Maybe it's you that, I don't know, that 5 of Wands reverse there. I don't know, somebody I feel like wants to come out of conflict here, but I feel like this right here says that they're still playing the victim. They still feel like you did this to them. They still feel like they're the victim. They still feel like they're the ones that were done wrong. And whether they were or they weren't, at this point, is irrelevant. And that goes to everybody out there. And no, I am not downplaying anything that anybody has experienced. Okay, I see people in my comment sections all the time, desperately begging, clinging to victimhood, clinging to being a victim. And I'm not saying that for the incident, for what happened, that you weren't, okay? But the way you choose to perceive that experience from this point forward is what makes all the difference. Okay, I'm not saying something bad didn't happen to you. Bad shit happens to people all the fucking time. It's how you choose to perceive it moving forward is what greatly determines, the things that you have one or two choices. Either this happened to me or this happened for me. It's your only two choices. You're at a crossroads every time something happens to you. And you can keep whichever one you choose to perceive it as is what you will experience more of moving on down the line. And I see this person is really they're the type of person that even those of you who did do this person wrong, maybe you did. Let's talk to those of you for a minute who actually did do something wrong. Okay, well, the way this person is reacting to that is not going to help them in the future. It's not going to help them. Okay. Yes, cross watchers, those of you who were fucked over by a Gemini, hey, look, that's not going to help you, that outlook. Even if you were done wrong, okay? You have a choice as to how you want to look at this, okay? Because everybody across the board, everybody watching this, for a fact that at one point in time in your life, at least once, you've looked back at something bad that happened and you understand why it had to happen. You've done that at least once. At least once. And it makes you kind of fucking uncomfortable, right? Because a lot of times you're holding a grudge. You have been holding a grudge and somewhat begin to claim that grudge as part of your identity for quite some time. And then you get this little glimpse, this little glimpse as to why that had to happen that way. Now it's kind of uncomfortable because now your grudge is no longer justified. Now, if you really actually allow yourself to move forward in the spiritual progression, you actually understand that those people that you see as your adversaries are actually your very near and dear soulmates. We've talked about this, but they haven't gotten over this, but I see that you have, it looks like. It looks like you're finally at peace with this and they're not. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Let's look a little bit more at this person that you're dealing with. A little bit more at the person, people, and or situations playing the biggest influence on my Gemini's reading throughout the month of February. Whoa! All right. That's the 4 coins in the reverse there. I feel like they're doing the best they can to try to release and let go of this, but we'll see. Let's get 4 shuffles here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, yeah. Knight of Swords. I think they want to communicate. They do want to communicate with you. Yeah, and they're doing the best that they can to get over this. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing that this person's doing that, again, we've all done. Oh, I've done it a million times. That's how I know. Where do you think I get the advice that I give, y'all? Where do you think I get it? I don't just push until I shit it out of my ass. I've been through this stuff and I've experienced it, okay? This is what this person's doing, and I promise you, this doesn't help you either, but this is what's happening here. Rather than properly processing through what has happened, which means finding a way to come to terms with it and accept it as part of the experience that makes up your life, which is the only thing you really can do. Rather than doing that, what they're doing is they are shoving it to the side and waiting for it to stop hurting. We've all done that, haven't we? Oh, I have. Me, I have. I've done that. You know why that's so, I guess, erroneous? What could you imagine if you took a bicycle? You took a bicycle out to the middle of a field, okay, and you just left it there. After a while, you probably wouldn't see it anymore. After 20, 30, 40, 50 years, it'll begin to sink down into the ground, okay, after the rain and whatnot. So as far as you know, it's not there, but it's down in the ground. It didn't really go anywhere. It's kind of the same thing here. We wait for it to stop hurting. We wait for it to leave our conscious awareness. But what happens is it sinks down into the pit of your subconscious mind, unprocessed, completely unprocessed, okay? And it's way more dangerous after it's sunk down into your subconscious than it is in your conscious awareness driving you nuts. I know it doesn't seem like it is, because when you're consciously aware of it, it feels scary and it feels more dangerous and all that. But at least you're aware of it and it's easier to work with while it's still driving you nuts. If you just don't process through it and you just allow it to stop hurting and then let it sink down into now what it's doing is it is manifesting in ways that you're not paying attention to. Now it's becoming these toxic little subconscious behavioral nuances that you're not even aware of. You're not even aware of it. It could come back around and bite the biggest chunk out of your ass a year later, and you wouldn't even consciously make the connection that it even has to do with this. That's what this person's doing. That's what this person's doing. Okay? I do think, again, though, that they want to communicate and come out of conflict here. I think that they do. But as whether or not they're going to do that, I don't know, because they're still very heavily guarded. Very heavily guarded here. Okay. Very much so. So it's like, does that even do any good at that point, you know? Does that even do any good? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, well, we're going to look at timelines moving forward now. Get all these damn tarot decks out of the way here. I got to get more organized on my workspace here. All right. Timelines moving forward. And this here is for my Geminis who are interested in new things coming in. New things coming in for my Geminis. New. Well, thank you all for tuning in and showing positive feedback. I greatly appreciate it. The Devil card. The Devil card. Some of y'all could have a Capricorn coming your way, but let's hang on. Let me go ahead and throw out the rest of the spread before I can feel out exactly what that means. Let's get 5 shuffled. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. Eight of Swords, okay. Queen of Wands, 3 of Wands, 4 Cups. Okay, good. All right. So some of you are attracting some. All right, so here's what's happening. I think a lot of you, while you have still found a peaceful place, there's still a lot of things that you're processing through, okay? You're still kind of at the vibrational bracket that the old situation was on, okay? And that's not abnormal. That doesn't make you stupid. That doesn't make you less than or whatnot. If somebody sent the super chat, it won't let me bring it up. So if I missed your name, I appreciate it. Thank you. But so here's person A. Here's you vibrating down here. You come together, whatever. You separate. Well, there's vibrational brackets. Let's say the bracket is like this, okay? And of course, there is no up and down and whatnot. It's just different frequencies, okay? But let's say that the bracket is here. So things that vibrate on this frequency are in this bracket. Well, you're still kind of in the same bracket a little bit. You are raising, but you're still kind of in the same bracket a little bit here, okay? 6 of Wands reverse, 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands, okay? Again, we talk a lot about how the hell do we attract things into our life that we hate? Why is it that good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people? Why is that? Okay? And for those of you who are going to show up down in the comment section and talk about karma, I'm not here to discuss that stupid shit, okay? No, it is not karma, okay? The only thing karma is responsible for is you experiencing different experiences from lifetime to lifetime. For whatever reason, you decide. Okay, so we're not bringing karma into this shit, okay? Karma is your choice. You're the one who decides what you're going to come back and experience. Once you leave here, you take a look at it. If you say, well, I think I need to go back and do this. I think I need to go back and try that again. I want to try to go back and work it out this way. I don't like how I hurt that person. I think I need to go pay this. You're the one that does that. There is nothing, no punishment that happens to you that is separate from you. That is bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay? So I don't need to hear any of that shit. Okay? What's happening here is that you are focusing on what you don't like. That's what happens, and we all do it, okay? And that's how you attract things into your life that you don't deserve, okay? The most honest person on the planet, this is my go-to example. Thank you for that super chat, Sutton, Lisa Marie Sutton, thank you. This is my go-to example, liars. The most honest person on the planet can attract nothing but liars into their life if all they do is think about, don't lie, don't lie, don't lie, don't lie. It's kind of like if I tell you, don't think about a green elephant. What's the first thing you do? You think about a fucking green elephant. And that's how you link up on the frequency. That's how some of you are still working through. You've come to a peaceful place, but some of you are still thinking about, don't ever look for the red flags. Don't ever come across a person like that again. And all you're thinking about is the red flags, red flags, red flags, thinking about the red flags and thinking about all the things that you want to avoid. Well, that's what attracts you. That's what links you up to that vibration. That's how it's done. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's not a whole lot of complexity that goes into it. Okay, so I do see something not so good coming in as a result of that. The good news is I don't see you. For the most part, a lot of you are like, no, I'm good. I would rather not. I'd really rather not. I'm good. Okay. And you do this by accident. You attract something bad in by accident, but you're not stupid. I think you see it. You see it coming from a mile away. Okay? So that's kind of the good thing. It's like, yeah, I did attract it in. So what did I do? Was I actually keeping myself safe? Okay? Or was I actually attracting it in? Which was I doing? I was sitting there thinking about what I don't ever want to experience again. And then I attracted it in. So it's kind of like a universal test. Was it a universal test? Was the universe testing me to see if I'm ready to move to the next level? Did I attract it by thinking about it? Was I keeping myself safe? Or was it everything simultaneously? Hey, you decide. That's how complex this life gets. And y'all are air signs. I don't really think you'd have a whole lot of trouble playing around with that thought. But anyway, yeah, that Four of Cups right there was really screaming at me. So I'm feeling like a lot of you, and with this Eight of Swords is why I say that as well. A lot of you are just kind of like, nah, I'm good. I'd really rather not. But you're accidentally attracting in some negative things, but you're not too oblivious to see through it. See what I'm saying? I think a lot of you are just trying to chill and relax, for the most part. Past person. Geminis who are interested in reconciling with a past person. Now, I'm feeling the weirdest energy ever with your all's reading today. Or is that Mercury retrograde I'm feeling? Something feels really weird. Anybody else feel that? Feels super, super. I don't know, man. I don't know. Know what I mean? You feel it too? Yeah, man. It's just like this. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even have words for it. It's just like, Thank you, baby. Mm-hmm. Let's get 5 shuffles here. 1. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles jumped out. 2. 3. 2 more. Past person. Gemini's interested in reconciling with a past person. Boom, ba doom, ba doom. Queen of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Could be an air sign or an earth sign. Okay, this past person is getting over this. There's a part of them that's getting over it. There's a part of them that still hurt by this. 6 of Wands reversed in the same place it was in with the new things coming in. Remember how I told you you're attracting something bad in by accident? Well, a lot of you are focused on this, the time that you wasted in the past still. Okay? Again, I think that you have successfully detached yourself from it emotionally. Okay? But again, this past person here, they do still have feelings, but they're still really hurt. Okay? Man, this is some up and down shit right here. I don't think it would be very successful if you did, because it's like you all both want the same things, but you're just so like, my go-to analogy on this is like you both put on the same jersey, but you're shooting shots at different goals. It's just not going to work. You see that happen a lot. Actually, the number of relationships is staggeringly high of people who person A and person B are both people with the best intentions in the world. Good people, but when they come together, They're not good team players, but they try to force themselves to play on the same team. They try to force it for way too long, which brings out all the toxic traits in both people because they're driving themselves insane trying to make it work. So then you get a bunch of finger pointing going on, and all of a sudden, neither of you are actually bad people. But now, see what I'm saying? That makes sense? You know you've seen that happen. You know most of you have been in a situation like that before. I know I have. And that's what I'm seeing here with this past person here. That's what I'm seeing here. I don't think y'all make a very good team. I don't think that they're a bad person necessarily. Not inherently, not in their heart, not in their heart of hearts. And I'm sure there's a lot of you who are probably like, oh, you're full of shit. They did this to me and they did that to me. I don't give a fuck. What I'm saying is, I don't think them as a person wakes up and says, okay, I can't wait to get a long, hard day full of fucking people over under my belt today, you know? I don't think that that's what they think when they wake up in the morning, you know? It's just y'all came together and shit happened and y'all were just a toxic mix, you know? Again, I don't really think if you tried to come together with this person, it wouldn't last very long. It wouldn't even make it 6 months and it would fail. It would fail. Okay. Alrighty. Things to watch out for and advice moving forward. Things to watch out for and advice moving forward. Man, a lot of you tuned in. 550 Geminis and cross watchers. Geminis and cross watchers. Thank y'all so much for showing up with the positive feedback. I greatly appreciate it more than you know. Greatly appreciate it. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. I make life fun. No, that's cool. That's neat. Sometimes I got to remember what it was like to sit in that seat on the other side of the YouTube camera. It seems like it was just yesterday, but so long ago at the same time. I don't even remember what it was like. I got to remember that sometimes. I got to like really, really go back and remember, you know, because I was in the same spot y'all are in at one point. That's what brought me here. Just seeking clarity on a situation. Obsessively watching all the other readers, you know. I remember. Oh, yeah, I remember. Didn't plan on any of this. None of this was planned. So, it's been a journey. I greatly appreciate every one of you who has played a part in helping me achieve this. Thank you all so much. Let's get 5 shuffles. Whoops. 5 things to watch out for and advice moving forward. Here's 1, 2, 3. 2 more shuffles. Thank you all. Thank you. All right. Things to watch out for and advice. Ba-boom. There's that 6 of Wands again. Look. It's reversed. It's the 3rd time it's come out for y'all. What did we talk about in the beginning of the reading? What did we talk about? Okay. When something happens, all right, how many of you, let me ask you this. How many of you have said this phrase before? Everything happens for a reason. How many of you said that? At least once in your life. Okay, some of us go back and forth as to whether or not we believe that's true or not. But I guarantee you, I would feel very safe betting that about 95% of the people who will ever watch this video, probably about 50,000 people or so, have said that at least once in their life. Everything happens for a reason. Well, why is it that we allow ourselves to slip out of that state of mind? Why is that? Why do we allow ourselves to slip? If you believe everything happens for a reason, whenever the good things happen, you have to stick with that mentality when the bad things happen. What our problem is, we jump the gun too quick. We are way too quick to assign a meaning to an experience. We're way too quick. Bind, thank you so much for that super chat. We're way too quick to do that. Something happens, something bad. The first thing we jump to is this bad thing happened to me. And then we sign it, stamp it, seal it, and slam it away in the file cabinet. And again, I'm not downplaying anything that anybody has experienced. All I'm saying is that if you can just hold on the next time you find yourself in a negative situation, which will happen, okay? None of us, not you, not me, none of us are ever going to spend the rest of our lives without experiencing something negative. The next time you find yourself in a negative situation, at least say this. Okay, I have no fucking clue what's going on here, universe. I really don't have a fucking clue. But I trust, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, that 1 year from now, or 2 years from now, or at some point in the future, I will be able to look back and be thankful that this happened. And I will eventually, in the future, understand why this had to happen. I don't see it now, which a lot of time, most of the time you won't, especially when the emotions are running high and you're pissed off and all this shit. And of course, you're not going to see it in the moment, but eventually you will. Don't focus on failure. Just because something bad is happening, if you focus clearly enough, you can see a little bitty pinprick of light off in the distance. You may have to squint. But it's up there. Maybe way off in the distance, but it's up there. I promise you that. Kristen, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it. Anywho, yeah. Watch out for people who are always running, who are always on the run, always have the running shoes on. Something bad happens, they run. You ever been there? Oh, I have. If it's you, own it, okay? But, basically, we've talked a lot about how it's not a very good idea to keep jumping fences because the grass is greener on the other side. Okay, well, it's my personal contention that the grass isn't greener on the other side because it's fake or because it's fertilized with bullshit. The grass is greener on the other side because you haven't learned how to properly take care of the grass you're standing on. Okay? Oh, I've been there. Oh, yeah. I'm a king at that. Yet another thing that I should have a trophy for. for that whole load of shit. Anyway, watch out for that though. If it's you, hey, you might want to look into that. If you know anybody like that, watch out for that. Oh, watch out for people who are always attracted to drama. Okay, I can't tell you how many times I hear somebody say, I hate drama, but then the first time some drama pops off, it's like they get a hard on, and it's like, dude, you just told me you hated drama. What are you doing? Yeah, and just, I guess, all in all, just really, really watch out for people who are too quick to jump the gun. Okay. Again, there's a balance for just about everything here. So I'm not saying sit and overthink, but I'm not saying don't take anything into consideration. But you do have that kind of person, and it's typically fire signs with the two of wands in the reverse. Okay, this is one thing that fire signs are really, really bad about. Any of us can do it, but really watch out for people who just don't think shit through. Bam! They just immediately react to the very first impulse that they have. Hang back. See what I'm saying? Moving forward, continue. In case any of you were here looking for basically permission as to whether or not it's okay for you to not feel any feelings anymore, yes, you're just fine. I don't know why the fuck we have this part of us that feels guilty. Whenever we relinquish negative emotions, we kind of feel guilty for it. Like, oh man, do I even deserve to be happy? You out of your fucking mind. Yes, you do. Maintain that sense of emotional distance from the past situation as you work on processing through it. But make sure that you are allowing yourself that time to purge the negative emotions. Okay? There is no window of time. Use your better judgment. Feel yourself. Pay attention to what's going on in here. When something bad happens, we are allowed a window of time to purge the negative emotions, to feel sad, to be pissed off, to be angry, whatever the case may be. But then we cross a line. Let's say this is the line right here. Then we cross that line to where now it's time to start getting over it. You know what most of us do? We cling to it anyway. And we keep repeating the same emotional response because it feels good. Don't lie. You know you've done that. Stop. I've done it too. Okay? Stop. All right, and do not try to initiate communication with the person that you are dealing with. All right? Now, I feel like the messages that my Gemini people needed to hear have come through. I hope that resonated for everybody. If it didn't, which it won't, check your moon, your rising, and your Venus. But either way, I hope that everybody watching this video got something out of it that they can put to use in their life and see some actual positive changes. Okay, that's my real job here on YouTube, is to actually help people see real positive results in their life and not just be that person that sits around talking about it. Okay, you all know one of those people. Now let's go ahead and roll the little sign selector and see what sign is coming up next. But first, I'm going to open up my list here. I got them written down too. Let's cross you all out. All right, so who do we have left? We have Leo, we have Aries, Leo, Libra, Capricorn, and Aquarius. All right, so boom. Sagittarius has already been done. We got to get another roll. Boom. Libra. Libra. My librarians have already done Libra. Nope, we haven't done Libra yet. So Libra is next, y'all. I can't promise you when it's going to be. I would love to get the reading done today. I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 personal readings to do today. So whether or not I have the energy or the time to get the Libra reading done after I get my 5 personal readings done for the day, and if anybody orders the same day, I could have 6 or 7 videos to do today. But anyway, it'll be done as soon as I possibly can get to it. So anyway, I greatly appreciate everybody that tuned in and showed love and positivity with the likes and the comments and the super chats and all that good jazz. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Have a good one.